I needed to take a vacation, so I made a solo record.
When you write, are there some ideas maybe that have a certain, of course it's all your music, but when writing ideas, do you have maybe to switch in your head for which project you're writing or for which band? Is it sometimes maybe riffs come up for Velvet Revolver or
well,
that doesn't matter really?
I wrote a lot of stuff and it was specifically for my own record. I also did write a bunch of stuff for Velvet Revolver, and I don't know how that works. I think I wrote the stuff for Velvet Revolver with Velvet Revolver, you know, like in the room. Mm-hmm. Whereas on my record, if I had an idea, I'd record a little demo or something like that, and I knew I was working just for primarily for my record.
But how is it when you wrote for your record Slash now? Is it just you going somewhere and sitting somewhere alone writing? I mean, you initiated everything just by yourself?
Yeah. For my record, yeah.
And how did it take shape? How does it usually go? You make an arrangement of a song and then you start filling things in yourself, or you then from that point you start?
There's no set way of doing it. Sometimes I just hear an idea. I might not even have a guitar. I might just hear it in my head, and the next time I see a guitar, play it, and then it just takes me in whichever direction it goes. And then sometimes I'll be noodling around and I'll play something I really like, and I'll sort of work on it for a little while and see where that goes. It just sort of, things just sort of happen. I could be doing a session with somebody and stumble over something that's completely different and just remember it in my head and then work on it at home, or you know.
Do you sometimes invite people to join you in a way, or is it?
No. I do that with bands. Like Velvet Revolver, we do all of that together. But in this case, I did it by myself. I wanted to be by myself, you know, for once.
Did you feel a certain kind of freedom of things you could do now that you couldn't in other things, in other bands?
Well, I'm always in a band, so I always work in a collaborative with four other guys. So I wrote this one by myself, so there's a big difference.
But what can you give an example of something you did now that you felt you couldn't do before, or you?
I just made a whole record of it.
Mm-hmm. But the idea, and then at what point in the two previous bands, or you had problems with singers? How was it now? You've tried to avoid it, maybe to pick more singers to join you. When was this idea born?
I came up with the idea that I wanted to have people guest on my record, mostly because I've done so much outside work with so many different artists playing on their records, and I think somewhere around 2007 I decided that it'd be nice if I made a record and I wrote the music, and then I had a bunch of different people come on my record. So it was a thought, and then when I got off the road, I thought, since I'm going to do a solo record, let's use that idea. And so I started writing songs and then thinking about who would sound good on the different music that I wrote. Mm-hmm. And then I would put together a demo, and I would send it to that artist and go, I've got this music, I think you should sing on it. It sounds just like perfect for you. And then if they liked it, then they'd write some lyrics and come down to the studio and record it.